Sharif Osman Bin Hadi, a life of courage, compassion, and conscience in Bangladesh's streets of protest. Sharif Osman Bin Hadi was born on 30th June 1993 in a modest neighborhood of Dhaka, Bangladesh, to a school-teacher mother and a small business-owning father. His childhood unfolded amid crowded lanes, power cuts, and conversations about justice that floated through tea stalls and family dinners. From early years, he showed a restless curiosity, asking why rules felt different for the powerful and the poor. His parents nurtured reading, debate, and discipline, believing education could steady an unequal world. At school, Sharif was neither the loudest nor the most obedient student, but he listened carefully and remembered everything. He devoured history, poetry, and newspapers, learning the long arc of Bangladesh's struggles for dignity. By his teens, he volunteered during floods, organized blood drives, and tutored children displaced by poverty. These acts were quiet, yet they shaped his belief that citizenship meant service before slogans. University life sharpened his voice. Studying sociology, Sharif encountered theories of power, resistance, and collective action. But it was campus reality that radicalized him. Tuition hikes, opaque administrations, and police crackdowns on peaceful gatherings pushed him to organize forums and marches. He spoke plainly, refusing theatrics, insisting that demands be specific, lawful, and humane. Friends recall his calm under pressure, a steadying presence when fear crept into crowds. Sharif's national prominence arrived during a wave of youth-led protests calling for fair elections, accountability, and safety. Videos of his speeches spread rapidly because he refused hatred and centered victims. He insisted on nonviolence, trained volunteers in de-escalation, and negotiated corridors for journalists and medics. Arrests followed. Detention tested him, yet he emerged thinner, quieter, and more resolved, arguing that courage was contagious when grounded in compassion. Between protests, Sharif built institutions. He helped found a legal aid network for detainees, coordinated mental health support for activists, and raised funds transparently, publishing every taka spent. Critics accused him of idealism. Allies said integrity was his strategy. International attention arrived, but he declined awards, urging focus on those unnamed who bore the brunt of repression. The years after 2022 were harder. Surveillance intensified, online harassment mounted, and friends urged exile. Sharif refused, saying movements wither when leaders flee. He married his longtime partner, a journalist, finding brief refuge in shared meals and late-night edits. Health troubles followed long hunger strikes and stress, yet he returned to the streets whenever crises erupted, advocating dialogue even when doors slammed shut. Throughout his journey, Sharif remained attentive to culture, believing songs, posters, and street theater could soften anger and widen participation. He collaborated with artists to translate policy demands into everyday language, staging open mic nights and mural walks that welcomed families. Digital organizing mattered too. He emphasized verification, consent, and security, teaching peers to protect sources and avoid rumor. When mistakes occurred, he apologized publicly and corrected records, modeling learning over ego. Elders initially doubted him, yet many later advised him, impressed by his patience and respect. Sharif read widely, prayed quietly, exercised daily, and kept meticulous notebooks filled with plans and reflections. He mentored younger organizers, urging them to rotate leadership and rest. Above all, he believed hope was a discipline, practiced through preparation, empathy, and endurance, sustained not by outrage alone but by trust carefully earned. This approach shaped coalitions across classes, regions, and beliefs, enabling disagreements without fracture, and leaving behind a method others could adapt long after his voice was gone, during turbulent times of uncertainty and change nationwide. On 12th December 2025, tragedy struck with brutal finality. After leaving a mosque in the Paltan area of Dhaka following evening prayers, Sharif Osman Bin Hadi was shot in the head in a targeted attack. The attack shocked the nation but did not come without warning. Hadi had previously reported receiving repeated death threats, a grim reality faced by many voices of dissent. He was rushed to hospital in critical condition, where he battled for life for several days before succumbing to his injuries. On 18th December 2025, Sharif's life was not long, but it was deliberate. He taught Bangladesh that protest could be principled, organized, and humane, and that leadership meant accountability to the weakest. He left no monument except habits, meeting minutes shared publicly, volunteers trained to listen, and courage practiced daily. In remembering him, many continue the work, believing that justice advances when ordinary people choose decency together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.